Up next, we have Kosar Jahani, who works with Samaschool. Samaschool does amazing, innovative work, bringing education to help alleviate poverty. Her real goal of sharing today is to inspire more people to, within their companies, balance different bottom lines better. We can both be a thriving business and have impact. And so she's hoping to give you some lessons learned to take forward into your day. Thank you so much. Welcome her to the stage.
Hey everyone. So we all live in San Francisco, and we all know that it's becoming a city where increasingly you can do your day-to-day functions through the internet. So you can get your clothes dry cleaned through Washio, you can get to work on an Uber or Lyft, you can get your lunch delivered to you via Spoon Rocket, and you can come home to groceries that you ordered through Instacart. And this is just a really small sliver of what's known as the sharing economy and the on-demand economy. We also live in a society, or in San Francisco in particular, where income inequality continues to be increasing. According to the Brookings Institution, the rate at which the gap between the poorest and the richest in San Francisco is growing is fastest than any other city in the country. So why did I start with the gig economy or the sharing economy? Well, A, because we're in San Francisco, but also because they represent changes that are going to happen to the labor market at large and are already happening. And some of those changes are things like more fluid work arrangements, where a lot of the work that we're going to be doing in the future is going to be project-based, it's going to be remote-based, and it can be on-demand service provision. And you'll see some of the factors are, the prevalence of technology, globalization, and the demographics of who's working in our labor market. So what does that mean for us and for the millions of other people who are working in the U.S. labor market? One big impact is just going to be the sheer proliferation of freelancers. There are already, by some estimates, 53 million freelancers and contingent laborers in this economy, and they're estimated to be about half of the workforce by 2020, which is only 5 years away. At the same time, we know that the hiring market is shifting significantly, and there's a huge demand and premium put on tech skills. And when I say tech skills, I don't mean just really advanced things like coding, I mean things like digital literacy. We also know that unfortunately in the United States, where you grow up and your background has a significant impact on your access and your digital literacy. So if you're in a poorer household, you're less likely to have access to a computer or internet. So I think that as people that live in San Francisco and the industries that we work in, it's up to us to equalize for those gaps. The market is not going to come up with these solutions on its own. And there are a number of organizations doing that. I happen to work at one of them, which is Samaschool, and to give you a brief overview, Samaschool is a new kind of workforce development program, so we train low-income, unemployed Americans to get jobs in exactly these areas where the labor market is changing, so becoming online freelancers or digital or virtual workers. This is a picture of one of our students, Ashley, who is based out of the Bayview community here in San Francisco. We just started about 2.5 years ago, so we're still a relatively new team. So, we have a long way to go, but what we have demonstrated is that if there's an intentionality about bringing technology to bridge that divide, it can actually be done. What we're currently working on is how do we scale our impact, how do we make it more cost effective. But I want to share a student story. This is Kristen. When she entered our program, she was 40 years old. She's a mother of 3, single mom. She had just gotten laid off from her job. She previously worked as an administrative assistant. And she also happened to be in Merced, where unemployment is over 14%. That's twice the average in California. So she came into our program, and through our program, she got the training that she needed to take those skills and transfer it to this new context, which is the digital workforce. So this is Kristen's profile right now on Upwork, formerly Odesk Freelance. You guys probably know about them. They have a big sign on 101. She's joined the ranks of millions of freelancers in the United States. She actually freelances as a virtual assistant full-time now. And through my job, I get to talk to people like her. And what she's doing is not only supporting her family, but also supporting herself and growing this business. So she talks about in this quote, having the resources now to buy a new computer, buy a new monitor, and continue her work. And she's not the only one. This mosaic is a picture of a lot of the people that we've impacted in our different sites. And they're doing things like virtual assistants and social media marketing, all things that you can, because of the internet now, do virtually and work that can be done remotely. At Samaschool, we're trying to increase access to this kind of training. We think that's really important. So we're trying to increase access to our in-person services, but also bring our training online. So this is a screenshot of something that we're previewing later this year where you can get this training for free through an online course. So what we've demonstrated is that if you have the intention there, you can use technology as a force for a pathway out of poverty. But that we need to have that intention there, and I think all of you in this room are people with that intention. So I just want to leave you with the idea that the next time you get into your Uber or Lyft, think about who has access to that technology, who is it providing growth for, and how can we equalize the economic growth that this kind of technology is bringing to our cities. Thank you.